Whoa, smash those likes, baby. Let's get it. Come on. Smash those likes. Appreciate everybody in here. Appreciate all of you guys smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe, and hanging out with me here today. We're going to get started here very soon. Let me just finish up. Somebody messed up with my soundboard and everything sounds kind of funky, but I think we're good now. I think we're good. Appreciate everybody in here. Guys, today is September 11th, so always never forget what happened 24 years ago on this day. Just wanted to start off with that. So just a quick little moment of silence for all the September 11 situation. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for that. Hope you guys are joining in here, smashing those likes. Let's get it rocking and rolling. Let's jump here into the chat, see what's going on. It says, hi, do you think one more pullback before FOMC? Pullbacks can definitely happen here for one more time, right? Bitcoin has been staying above this daily VWAP here. Next big target to the upside is this 115, which is the monthly NPLC for the month of August, since we are within the August range right now. But we do have an untapped daily average down here that we have front ran down at 113 daily average. So it dropped down to this area, could be of interest for sure. Would be an area that I would be looking for along. Earlier this morning, Bitcoin, when the CPI data came out, was whipping and slashing all over the place. We dropped all the way down to the previous week high. Bitcoin has spent the majority of its time up here, excuse me guys, since we crossed above it yesterday. We only had a 115-minute candle drop below it, and since then we got back above it. So when we came back towards this previous week high, took a long this morning with the crypto Citadel. We rolled this bad boy up, and then it just blasted off. We were looking for TP3 all the way up here. TP2 was this previous day high. So was able to walk away with a nice trade overall throughout the day today. But nonetheless, since then, we've been chopping it up, creating a little bit of a, what looks like it could be a double bottom scenario here at this area over on the daily VWAP. So I do expect for us to run to 115. The question is, are we going to drop down to 113 first and then go to 115? I think we go to 115 first. Worst case scenario, we'll come back to 113, reassess early next week before the FOMC meeting. The FOMC meeting is next Wednesday on the 17th. So just less than 7 days away right now, 6 days away from the next FOMC meeting, which will be the interest rate cut decision being made. So yes, I do believe we're going to go up to 115 first, and then potentially next week we could drop down to 113, hit this daily average, and then have one big bounce all the way up to that 117 or 120 area. So that is what I'm looking for Bitcoin right now. Let's jump back into the chat here. Would you advise to take some profit soon? JA, first off, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not here to give anybody any financial advice on what to do or what not to do with their own money. Everyone is here, and if you are really looking for that type of information, you need to level up your game, right? Level up your game as an investor, as a trader. Because even though you're a spot holder and you're not an active day trader, spot holding is still being a trader. You're still going to have an entry and hopefully have an exit plan to get out and take profits. And the best way to do that is by reading charts and reading data to know where we are in the markets, where is their support, where is their resistance, where are things moving, right? So overall, with that being said, like I said, never financial advice, but I am, I've said it before, looking for the end game here, right? I do think there's going to be one big blow off top, one big move for Bitcoin and altcoins one more time here, whether it happens, in deep into Q4 or early into Q4. I do believe it's going to be happening. I do believe that the interest rate cut is going to be the catalyst event for this momentum to really pop off. We saw We saw when Jerome Powell came out in Jackson Hole for that speech back in August, that Bitcoin rallied very hard from like 109 all the way to 117 within a few hours, a massive rally. And then yes, we did roll over and create a lower high and dump it back down, which sucked. But overall, I do believe an aggressive rally can happen here with the catalyst event being the interest rate cuts happening. So got to be very vigilant right now. Any big blow off toppy scenario where you feel like, hey, things are extremely bullish, things are very FOMO-y right now, people are just going to be, buy, super cycle this, super cycle that, probably going to be an area to be taking profits. Obviously, this is something I talk about more in detail in the Crypto Citadel about my end game strategy. So if you're definitely interested in that, definitely join the Crypto Citadel. Do you think Tron is best short-term or long-term hold? Guys, no altcoin is a good long-term hold. No altcoin is a good long-term hold. Even Ethereum, right? Ethereum also has significant pullbacks when Bitcoin pulls back. So, Ethereum is in a little bit of a different class just because it's so large and it's the second largest altcoin. But realistically, any altcoin outside of Ethereum, definitely not a long-term hold. It doesn't matter how bullish XRP is. It doesn't matter how bullish AI is. It doesn't matter how bullish your meme coin is. It doesn't matter how great Dogecoin is. Does not matter. It doesn't matter how good Worldcoin is and its AI and all this stuff and ICP and Chainlink. None of it matters. When the bear market comes and Bitcoin begins to have significant pullbacks, and yes, I do believe Bitcoin will pull back below 100K in the next big bear market trend, right? The question is how long that bear market is going to last, but that's a different discussion for a different day. When the drop happens, and it will, and we will revisit Bitcoin below 100K at some point, your altcoins will melt. We saw this in 2025 quarter one was the prime example. Bitcoin pulled back. If we zoom out here to the daily, let me turn this off. We pulled out to the daily here. What do we see? When Bitcoin dropped, where's right here. Bitcoin topped out in January around the 109, and we dropped from 109 down to $74,000. That was only a drop of about, give or take, 31 to 30, 35, 36%, give or take, for Bitcoin, right? 30-something percent for Bitcoin. Altcoins during this same time period were decimated. They were down 80 to 95 to 99%. Like they were just in the ground. And this will happen again. So no, the short answer is there is no good long-term hold altcoin. It doesn't exist. It doesn't matter. Bitcoin pulls back, your altcoin will dump, and it will dump hard. So let's go back here into the chat. What do you think of Bitcoin today? TP1. We already hit TP1 and TP2 for the day. Right now, the question is, are we going to run for TP3, which is this 115 area? Definitely something we were looking for in the Crypto Citadel. Well, like I said, we took the long down here at the previous week high retest. We ran it through TP1 and TP2 at this daily open, previous day high, sorry. And unfortunately, we didn't make it a TP3, but we already closed the trade, and we're waiting for a retest to see if we can get another bounce towards this 115-ish area. If it doesn't happen today, it most likely will probably happen tomorrow. Bitcoin is getting very, very bullish up here above this previous week high. Let me jump here into the chat, make sure I'm not missing anybody. When will the drop happen? Romeo, that's what everybody wants to know. That's the $1 million question. Now, nobody knows the exact time period. Nobody knows, right? But quarter four, usually pretty bullish. A lot of people are expecting a major, major rally throughout quarter four, right? Because quarter four has, high statistics, high probabilities of high returns. September is usually a red month. We're currently up 5% in September. Now, We're only halfway or short of halfway, right? By 4 days or so. Bitcoin can still dump in September and then close out at the end of September in the red, like we saw in August, right? August, we did something very similar. We bottomed out on like August 2nd or 3rd, and then we spent the rest of August rallying. We made multiple all-time highs throughout August, and then in the last week or and a half of August, everything tanked and we closed out in the negative for August. Same thing can still happen for September, but assuming it doesn't, and we close out green again in September, right? We're going to most likely be expecting a green October and green November. I do believe somewhere around this time period, between October and November, that's when the top is coming. Between October to November, that is when the top is coming. We're going to have a big move. People are going to get extremely bullish. Altcoin season is here. Altcoin season just started, because people only say altcoin season starts when things are already up 500%, right? But they don't look at it when Bitcoin starts to bottom out and Bitcoin dominance continues to drop, which it bottomed out on September 1st at 107. Bitcoin's dominance has not recovered and it has stayed below 60%, and it will continue to drop here. And if it does, the altcoins are already been moving. Altcoins have already been slowly moving. People only call altcoin season when altcoins are up 500% and then say, okay, here we go. Now we're going. Now we're going to start the altcoin season. Altcoin season just started. No, that is the ending. The ending of the end game for alt season is when you see that happen. So I do believe people are going to get extremely over bullish in October, November, and the top is going to come in a lot faster than they expect, and they're going to miss the top. I literally just made a video about it earlier today. Most people don't have a game plan. Most people do not have certain targets that they're looking for their altcoins to scale out. They think all of their altcoins are going to hit all-time highs again, which most likely will not happen. Not all altcoins will hit new all-time highs again. Some will, but many won't. And you need to have certain price targets to say, I'm okay taking profits here. I'm okay de-risking my position over here. I'll create a moon bag and leave some rest. Leave a moon bag over in case it continues to rally. I make some more money, but I've already taken my profits. I've already pulled out my initial. I'm good to go, right? So, and most people don't do that. They just new all-time highs, and unless new all-time highs come, they're not going to sell. And even when new all-time highs happen, they're like, but it can go higher. It's going to go higher because they just hit price discovery. It's going to get so much more bullish now. I'm holding for the next 5 years, and then they're going to be miserable for the next 5 years when that thing tanks back to zero and most likely doesn't even come back around for the next altcoin season or, whatever it is. Let's see here. Let me read through the chat here, make sure I'm not missing anybody. Appreciate everybody in here smashing those likes, guys. Tap those likes, fill up those like meters. Let's get the show rocking and rolling. What do you think about HBAR and AVAX? Let's go take a look at those right now. Let's go take a look at HBAR. Not very, HBAR is one of those that I'm just like not very entertained by. We talked about it a few days ago. It looked like we were bottoming out here around 21 cents. Since then, we've rallied back up into the August range. We're currently facing resistance at the yearly and quarterly VWAP around 24 cents. We do have a monthly MPOC at 0.248, which is the monthly MPOC for August. If we can get through that and break out of the August range, we need to close some dailies and hold above this 28 cent area, so that we can go for our targets between 31 to 39 cents to the December highs for HBAR. If not, we're going to be topping out, making a lower high here once again, right, and just dropping lower. Now, over on AVAX, AVAX has had some nice price movement here in the last day. So AVAX has finally broken above the resistance of $26. It was resistance back in May multiple times, back in July multiple times, back in August multiple times. We have finally broken through that resistance. We've come up to our untapped weekly average of $29. We are facing resistance here in this red block. There's a lot of resistance between $28 to about $30. If we can flip $30 for AVAX, we have targets up between 36 to 41 with a gold pocket. And then between 51 to 54 are our local targets. After that, we have legacy targets back from 2021 that we have not revisited at all throughout the 2024-2025 bull run. But if for whatever reason AVAX can somehow get excited here and get above that $51 to $54 area and start holding up there, our targets are between $70 to $97 in the short term. And then obviously its all-time high from 2021 is 147. Anything's possible. Can we rally to a new all-time high? Maybe, but I honestly think that the chances of running to a new all-time high for AVAX between now and let's say the end of November are pretty slim. They're pretty slim. They're not zero. It's not impossible. They're just not great. Do we have another dip or what? Let me tell you, bro. Maybe there is an untapped target down at 113 for Bitcoin, right? 113 flat. We could come down there, tap that area, but so far we've been in a nice uptrend since 107. Very nice uptrend since 107. So overall, right now, you know, everybody wants a dip when we're up here, when we're making strides to the upside. When Bitcoin's down at 107, nobody wants a dip. Nobody wants to get in. Nobody wants to put on a risk. Nobody wants to take on a trade. That's when everybody just wants to run away. Now that things are up and up, you know, people want a dip. Give me a second here, guys. Here we go. We are back. We are back. Let's see here. Just get in now. If you're getting in now, you better be aggressive on taking profits. If you're getting in now, you must be aggressive on taking profits. If you're not aggressive on taking profits, you're going to get left holding the bag as the top is probably a lot closer than you expect. Appreciate everybody smashing those likes, guys. Let's get 1,000+ likes here. We have almost 100 people in here. Let's get 1,000+ likes. Come on. You guys can tap those likes better than that. Let's see here. You think ISO coins will go back that low? Guys, everything is going to dump low. ISO coins are not an exception. When Bitcoin dumps, altcoins follow. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Somebody wants to look at BitTensor Tau. Let's go take a look at BitTensor Tau. One of my favorite AI coins here. Been a long-term holder of this. So BitTensor Tau has ran up to the yearly VWAP of around 362, has faced some resistance here. Big targets here is getting above this area of 373, sorry. Once we are above that area, our next big target is this 480. If we can flip 480, our targets to the upside that remain untapped are 545 to 617 for BitTensor Tau. I will be exiting around those price points between 545 to 617. Just for the simple fact that I was buying up BitTensor Tau in the ending of Q1 when things were down at 200 and lower. So very, very interested. We've been in a nice little uptrend since then. Very interested in exiting this position between 545 to 617. Can it run and make some wild new all-time high? Yeah, for sure, possible. But I will be taking my profits around that point in time. Let's see here. How are we on Bitcoin? Bitcoin right now is doing good. Bitcoin right now is doing very, very well. Bitcoin has been chopping it up here, trying to break above, this 114.6 area. We're running for our potential target here to the upside, which is the monthly NPLC of 115. It's the monthly naked point of control for the month of August, which we're currently in that range right now. So trying to run for that right now. I do believe that if it doesn't happen today, it is going to be happening sometime tomorrow. or during the Asia London trading sessions overnight. What do you think about an exit plan for XRP? Now everybody wants to talk about exit plans, waiting for all to dump. Oh yeah, Carter, the dump is coming, man. The dump is coming. There is going to be one more top, and people better be ready, because if they're not, they're going to dump, and it's going to dump real hard. So XRP over here, pretty simple, guys. XRP strategy. I'm going to pull up the chart. XRP currently sitting right at that 299 again, facing resistance as this $3 mark. If we can break above $3, we need to get above the monthly average, the monthly value area high for August at 313. Once we do that, our next target is going to be 336 to break market structure. Once we broke market structure, our target is 366. Above 366 is 416. Now, if we fail to break market structure and we cannot get above 334, we will continue our downtrend to the downside with targets between 252 to 233 in the short term. So in the Crypto Citadel, we just focus on Bitcoin and some altcoins for swing trades, Bitcoin for day trades, Bitcoin and Ethereum for day trades, altcoins for swing trades, macro long-term analysis for people that are long-term holders or just want to get a better feel of where some strong support is for different swing trades. And we do live trading sessions every morning. We did one this morning. They always start on 9 a.m. Eastern to about 11 a.m. Eastern. And then the trading session is over. We're pretty much done with our trading by that point in time in the day. And yeah, that's pretty much the way it rocks and rolls. It's about $3.30 a day. And currently right now, this has been one of our slowest months in trading. Man, my mouse is acting up. One of our slowest months in trading. We're currently up 848 for the month, up 717 for the week so far. So even though this has been one of our slowest months, we're already up over 848 smackaroons, which more than covers multiple months of the Crypto Citadel. Before September 17 to jump 5x longs. What? What exchange platform do you use? I want to join, but I'm currently using Coinbase and can't short. Yeah, you need to get away from Coinbase. You need to use actual futures trading platforms. Things right now, I've partnered up with WEEX. We're using WEEX. That's the platform that's giving our members the best benefits right now. So we're using WEEX. I have a link in the Crypto Citadel that allows you to get all those benefits and sign up. Coinbase fees are just too high, and it's not really a futures trading platform. The community name is Crypto Citadel. Crypto Citadel. If you're interested in signing up, go to the profile and follow the instructions there. WP in the house, Crypto Citadel member. What's going on, brother? Good to see you in here. Good to see you. Good to see you. We're going to be giving away $100, which equates to basically a free month in the Crypto Citadel for members that are already in the Crypto Citadel that are trading actively with WEEX under the membership. So somebody's going to be getting a free month in the Citadel. What about BTCC platform? You can use that. That's fine. That's just not the one that I'm currently partnered with in the Crypto Citadel. You can trade with whatever platform you want. We're just trading with WEEX. That's the one that's giving us the most benefits. And as a community, when you come together and you trade under one platform, you get more benefits. You get lower fees. You get more deposits. You just get more benefits overall, which is the power of trading as a community. Let's see here. When will we see prices like 2021, or will we not? At this point in time, I don't think we will. I think that is going to be a late 2026 to 2028 conversation. I think the end game is coming here for Bitcoin. Yes, we can still have a rally at some point in September in 2026, but I think that the top is a lot closer than people think. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I think. I think we get another big move and that's it. And a lot of altcoins are not going to be like 2021, right? The problem is that 2021 was a very different market. Institutions weren't here. That's first of all. Second of all, meme coin frenzy was not what it is today. Today, the grand majority of retail live in the trenches, right? Live in the trenches because all they do is just gamble on meme coins. They go on these platforms to buy and sell all these meme coins that are just freshly launching. And there's 100 million meme coins being freshly launched every second. And they spend their entire money gambling on there. And that's all they do. So retail's moved away from long-term investing into altcoins. Institutions have showed up and have designated like, hey, these are some of the select few, aka Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then there's a few other altcoins that are up in the air for potential altcoin reserves, for new potential altcoin ETFs that haven't happened yet. And overall, retail's not really involved. Retail is just in the meme coin frenzy, and they're over there just getting poorer and poorer. That's the unfortunate truth. People just want to come in here and they want to start come in with $100 and get rich overnight, and that's why they get stuck in the meme coin casino, because that's what they only think that's the only way to do it. And realistically, if all you have is $100 to your name, right? If all you have is $100 to your name, invest that $100 into getting some education to be able to get a better job that can finance your investing strategy, so that you can have more capital to play with. So whatever that is, if it's to get a better job as a better trade, as an electrician, plumber, whatever, because you're working at McDonald's and you're not making enough money, you got to reduce your expenses, increase your income, and you have to do that some way, somehow, by increasing your education, by increasing your knowledge set, right? Your skill set, so you can become more valuable in the workplace. And once you become more valuable in the workplace, you can earn a higher income. Once you start earning a higher income, then you can start saving money at the end of the month by cutting expenses and having more income coming in to be able to finance your investing strategy, whether it's to then become a trader and start to once again level up your skill set and start becoming a trader, and eventually over time can become a full-time trader, or just a spot long-term holder. But you still need to read data, analyze data, become a smarter investor, not just a gambler, not just blindly reacting to the market up, down, FOMO, FUD, whatever, right? And that's how you do it, guys. But nobody wants to do the hard work. Nobody wants to do the grind. Nobody wants to get a higher skill set to work and make more money. Everybody just wants to become an internet millionaire that just spends their whole time on the internet talking and gambling on meme coins. And realistically, that never happens. Let's see here. Do you think I should hold my XRP until it reaches 100 or more? My friend, XRP is not going to hit $100. Let me just tell you that. XRP is not going to hit $100. XRP. Okay, I think we're reconnecting here. All right, cool. We're back. So the reality here is with XRP, it's never going to hit $100, guys. At least never in any time soon. And why do I say that? The market cap is 178 billion. Billion with a B. It's at $3. It's at $3. So if this thing doubles up, right, its market cap is over 300 billion, right? At $6. Once it approaches that $10 price point, we are approaching $1 trillion asset. $1 trillion asset at $10. You're talking about $100, because most XRP communities and XRP codes don't believe in market cap. For whatever reason, market cap applies to every single industry, the real estate market, the gold market, to any market in the entire world. Market cap matters. Any sound investor understands market cap, and it's not the end all be all, but they follow it. They pay attention to it. For whatever reason, XRP is the only asset in the world that is immune to market cap. It's immune, right? So approaching $10, you're hitting practically $1 trillion asset. The only $1 trillion asset here is Bitcoin, which is over $2 trillion. Ethereum hasn't hit $1 trillion asset yet, and it's a way larger market cap than Ethereum, than XRP right now at 500 billion. So that hasn't happened, but somehow XRP is going to do it first. Okay, let's assume it does. Now you're talking about $100. So you're going to have to multiply that 10 more times. So you're approaching almost 10 trillion plus. You know, it's a ridiculous market cap just for XRP. What is happening to the rest of the market? The entire crypto market is only like 4 to 5 trillion right now. Literally only like 3 something to 4 trillion. The entire crypto space is only about 4 trillion. But somehow XRP is going to hit $100 by 2026 and circum the entire crypto market cap. It doesn't make sense, guys. Let's see here. Dylan says holding Aero. Yes, I'm a long-term Aero holder. Let's go take a look at the Aero chart. Oh man, come on. Aero, where you at, bro? Aerodrome right now up 1.9%, currently sitting at $1.19. Let's go take a look at the Aerodrome chart here.
CITADEL already, definitely do so and join my private trading community. There's only 16 spots left. Only 16 spots left for the monthly subscription plan of $3.30 a day. And then it's over. Then it's over. Prices will be increasing to $149. $149, right? Big leap, right? Almost a 50% leap from where we are right now to the upside. What do you mean? I just didn't want to jump off the train like I did with Bitcoin. Guys, that's how the propaganda gets you. That's how they get you, bro. Oh, XRP is going to do what Bitcoin did, or this coin is going to be just like how XRP, but at 2 pennies. That's all fugazi. That's all straight up speculation. There is no real data. There is nothing on the chart. There is nothing that proves or has any indication that that is going to happen. That is just pure speculation. Content creators talk about this and they tell you XRP at $100, XRP at $1,000, right? Because it gets them clicks, it gets them views, right? So the higher the price prediction on XRP, and everybody, was buying it at 50 cents, you missed out. Now we're at $3. Imagine what it's gonna do. You look how much money the people made from 50 cents to $3. Don't be that guy. Ride it to 100. We're going to 100. It's all for likes. It's all for clicks. Because of the lawsuit from our XRP position, because they're gonna do a buyback. Then it went from 50,000 to 10,000. Then it went to $1,000, right? Then it was $1,000. Now it's down to $10. $10, guys, $10. They've been wrong all along. None of that is realistic. None of that is real. It's all fugazi. It's all for the likes. The only way these XRP content creators that are purely XRP content creators exist is because they're just feeding you what you want to hear, aka hopium. Thoughts on Tau and price prediction, please? I already covered Tau, but we can circle back to it here. Tau, BitTensor Tau. Sorry, I'll circle back to it one more time. Right, we have been finding support here. Coach JV really irritates me. I don't even watch that guy's content. I've never have, but it's, smart people can say some real dumb stuff. I'm just going to leave it at that. Let's see here. Hey, good morning, brother. XYO, can you help me with targets? XYO, I haven't heard of that one in a long time. Let's go take a look at XYO real quick. I can't imagine us doing any better. XYO was another big one back in the day. Lots of people were like, XYO is the next big whatever. And let's go see where XYO is at right now. Is this thing even on Binance? Mexi. What the heck happened here? What's up with this? XYO is, I don't know what happened to this major price action here. Let's start finding a different one. KuCoin maybe. Okay, here we go. Yeah, just from looking at the chart here, very zoomed out, from December 24, we made a massive high of 4.5 cents. Then we made a lower high in January. We made another lower high back in April, another lower high back in July, another lower high in August. It just has these like random 1 day massive spike and then nothing. Random spike, nothing. Random spike, nothing. So I'll take a quick look here at some, quick targets here for you about that. If XRP is at 100, what is Bitcoin and Ethereum at? Dude, XYO's got like no targets to the upside. Jeez. Only target right now I'm seeing is basically 1 penny. 0.0107 or 108. We're currently at 0.0100. So from where we are right now to that target is an 8% move, give or take. There's a tiny move. Nothing to be excited about. So overall, no real big targets here to the upside when it comes to these averages. Let's see here. January to the end of April. Yep, that's already been met. It's already been met. Literally have like practically no targets to the upside. Probably the best thing we can do is like a gold pocket. A gold pocket retracement, that's just going to be hopium at this point in time. So yeah, man, not a lot of targets at all am I seeing for XYO. I wouldn't be touching that thing. Is it advisable to jump into longs right now? So Carter, obviously never financial advice. Us in the Crypto Citadel, we are looking at some potential longs. We are looking at some potential longs for low leverage trades, meaning 3 to 5x max, low capital, $300 to $500 initial capital into the trade. And then if the trade goes down, right, if the asset goes lower, while we're waiting for this next big move, you can dollar cost average into it and avoid liquidation. And when the altcoin season comes, you can make an easy few $1,000 off of some of these altcoins. So that is what we're doing. That is the game plan right now in the Crypto Citadel. I'm still trying to learn how all this crypto stuff works. Cedric, 100%. Nothing wrong with that. Everybody had to learn sometime. I just like to be honest about people, about what's happening in the space. And, XRP is just a cult for likes and follows. Because XRP is the Dogecoin of 2021, right? 2021, everybody spoke about Dogecoin. Dogecoin was the thing. Everybody wanted Dogecoin. Dogecoin to the moon. Dogecoin to the moon. It's going to go to the moon. We're all going to get rich. We're all going to get rich off Dogecoin. It's going to go to $1. It's going to go to $1. And yeah, some people made lots of money. Yeah, some people did become millionaires. A lot of people lost everything. They rode it all the way up and then they rode it all the way back down. And XRP is now that, where everyone talks about it. Every blue collar worker out there. I have my wife's uncles that don't know anything about technology, don't know anything about crypto, but they've heard about XRP. They've heard about XRP, and all their co-workers have heard about XRP, and all their co-workers are buying XRP. It's the average man is all buying XRP because XRP is going to flip that switch. And when I see that, when I hear about that, that is major red flags. Red flag, red flag, red flag. You think all these people are going to become multimillionaires or 100,000aires? Right, off XRP, all these blue collar workers that don't know anything about investing, that don't know anything about cryptocurrency or anything at all about trading. You think they're gonna get it? They're getting the alpha. These institutions don't know and don't understand that trend. That all these blue collar workers, all these investor savvy people are all talking and buying XRP. You think that's what they're gonna pump so that they get rich? No. That's called exit liquidity, my friends. That is exit liquidity. When all the retail, when all the blue collars are all talking about one coin, they are the exit strategy. So in the group, Cedric, You get a 1-hour trading course, which I'm continuing to expand. It's got 5 videos, an hour long, explaining my entire strategy and all the indicators that I use, right? And also, as you're in there and you join the live sessions, you're going to be able to see me doing it live, explaining why I'm taking the certain positions that I'm taking. But even if you don't just instantly jump into trading, being able to chart and look for support, look for resistance, look for targets will help you in your spot buying, will help you in your long-term bags, right? Which is where the macro long-term analysis also comes in to help those type of people that are not active traders. There's the swing trades, there's the daily trades, there's the live trading sessions, there's the trading course, there's my exclusive trading indicator that I've made myself. There's a lot of in there to really learn and start learning. You just need to be disciplined. You need to be motivated. You need to be disciplined, be able to put in the hard work and continue to grind and grind and grind to learn. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be one day to the next, but it will pay off if you stick with it. So, yeah, that's what I'm there for. I'm there to teach people how to find the trades so they can do it for themselves. All right. Last month, in the month of August, we closed out around 5,100 in profit. Month of July was my best month at 6,800. The month of June, we closed out around 3,800. Right now, the month of August, we're currently up. That's actually, the month of September right now is our slowest month, and we're up $848 so far in these 2 first weeks of trading. We're up $848. And there's only 16 spots left, guys. There's only 16 spots left at the current price tier that you're looking at. If you don't get in before those 16 spots are over, you will be getting in at a higher price tier of 149. So don't be that guy. If you get in now, you're locked in. You're locked in at the price that you're in now forever. But if you wait until those spots are over, then you're going to be locked in at the next tier. And that's just going to be the way the cookie crumbles. There's also a lifetime access that is currently only 8 spots left for lifetime access. So if you're interested, if you're one of those people that just likes to do a one-time payment, there's been a lot of those people lately for whatever reason. They're like, oh, I don't like doing monthly. I just like doing lifetime one-time payment, and that's it. If you're interested in that, there's 8 spots available for that. How much for the community? The community is $3.30 a day right now. $3.30 a day right now to be in there. But that will be increasing. That will be increasing. If you're interested in joining, you have to go to my profile. My profile will indicate you the way to go. And then once you come to this page over here, you will see the monthly or the lifetime access. You would choose whichever one you want. And then once you're done signing up, you will be able to access the Discord where all the trading content is at. And once you're signed up, you'll be able to see the 1-hour trading course as well. And you can start diving into that and asking questions. But everything's in the profile. Go to the profile, go to the link. That's where you sign up. Paper hands in the chat. Bitcoin continuing to chop it up here, man. Cannot get above this 114.5, 114.4 area. 114.6 area, I'm sorry. So definitely looks like it's going to be a target for tonight during the Asia trading session, or potentially, hopefully, we drop back down towards this 113 area, and then we can hit that 115 tomorrow. That'd be a fantastic trade. Appreciate everybody in here. Appreciate all you guys smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe, guys. I'm Blockchain Crusader, crusading through these blockchains every single day. I'll see you in the Crypto Citadel. Make sure you secure your spots before they're over, guys. So, see you later, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. See ya.